Troops arrest kidnappers, recover arms, ammunition in Taraba. Court denies Binance executive bail over alleged money laundering. And NPCL disagrees with fire service as Lagos depot catches fire. And on the foreign scene, Chad Constitutional Council confirms Mohammed Idris Deby as president. Hello and welcome to Trust TV's news update. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thanks for joining us. Troops of 6th Brigade, Sector 3, Operation World Stroke, OPWS, have arrested 2 suspected kidnappers and recovered arms and ammunition in Taraba State. The troops stationed in Bali local government area arrested the suspects during a patrol at Pamanga village along Jalingo Bali Road. The 2 suspects arrested were Nali Umaru from a village and Abubakar Umaru from another village, both of Sunkani local government area of the state. The suspects, according to a statement issued by Assistant Director Army Public Relations Officer Lieutenant Oni Olubudonde, the suspects have confessed to being part of a notorious kidnapping gang operating in the area. The Imo State Police Command has arrested a group of deadly kidnap syndicate allegedly responsible for the abduction and murder of retired Major General Richard Duru in September of 2023. Parading the suspects at the command headquarters in Owerri, the Imo State capital, alongside 32 other suspected criminals involved in various degrees of crime across the state, the command's public relations officer, Henry Okoye, stated that the successful outcome of the arrest was a result of the proactive operational strategies adopted by the men and officers of the command in the fight against violent crimes and other related offences in the state. He further informed that the arrest of the killers of the general was carried out by the operatives of the anti-kidnapping unit of the command through a sustained follow-up of intelligence gathering. The police public relations officer also revealed that one of the suspects, Chukwunonso Emmanuel from Idemili North Local Government area of Anambra State, was arrested in Lagos while trying to obtain a new number plate for the general's Mercedes-Benz car. Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court Abuja has refused to grant bail to an executive of Binance Holdings Limited, Tigran Gambarine. Justice Nwite held that Gambarine is likely to jump bail if granted to him. The company and its executive were arraigned on a 5-count charge bordering on money laundering before Emeka Nwite, judge of a Federal High Court in Abuja. Defendants pleaded not guilty to the charge. Moving on application, counsel to the defendant, Mark Mordi, argued that the court had the power to grant bail to the defendant and impose conditions to ensure his presence in court. Prosecution counsel Kele Ihanacho, however, opposed the bail application, stating that the defendant was a flight risk. He stated that the defendant attempted to obtain a new passport, which he claimed was stolen, and this was a suspicious act given the proximity to his colleague's escape from custody. He added that the court cannot risk granting him bail, especially since he is not attached to any community in Nigeria. Convicted billionaire kidnapper Chukwudumemu Onwamadike, popularly known as Evans, and his co-defendant Joseph Emeka have opted for a plea bargain on an amended charge of murder and attempted kidnapping brought against him. Evans and his co-defendant were to be rearranged on a 5-count amended charge of murder, attempt to murder, conspiracy to commit felony to wit. The rearrangement, however, could not take place due to the absence of Evans's counsel. The prosecution then told the court that the defense counsel was aware of the rearrangement and that the second defense counsel, Nelson Onyejaka, was in court. A tank farm, which the Lagos Fire Service said belonged to the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, has caught fire in Apapa, Lagos State. A video of the fire incident surfaced on social media on Friday morning. However, the NNPCL denied that the incident happened at its depot, saying it was from a pipeline at Honeywell Oil and Gas. The Lagos State Fire Service on Friday confirmed that there was a fire incident at a depot in Apapa. The Director of Public Affairs of the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Amodu Shakiru, disclosed this to journalists. Shakiru disclosed that firefighters were already at the scene to rescue the situation. The NNPCL spokesperson, Olufemi Shonaye, said the fire was not from the company's depot, but from HOGL. He described the report of the Lagos State Fire Service as false. Legal practitioners have been speaking on the justification for detaining crime suspects at correctional centers. According to them, offenders are often incarcerated to make way for legal proceedings that are meant to prove their innocence or otherwise. Victoria Chokolo spoke with legal professionals in Lagos. Her report is presented from our studio.
Globally, it is a common phenomenon to remand crime suspects in correctional centers before hearings in their cases at courts of competent jurisdiction. This is because justice is meant to follow due process where suspects are given fair hearing in cases they are accused of. To achieve this, the accused must be given adequate time to prepare their defense, which includes engaging legal counsel and gathering necessary evidence and documents. These, among other reasons, lawyers say, explain why accused individuals need to be remanded at correctional centers.
A suspect or a defendant right now, right, is presumed innocent until guilty. And therefore, that is why there is need for a proper investigation before somebody can be convicted or sentenced. So first of all, the police is the proper authority that have been empowered and entrusted with the responsibility of doing their investigation. They do arrest first, then they will now do the investigation, and then before they now go to prosecution. If they find at that level, at that administrative level, that the person is not guilty of the alleged offense, the police also has the responsibility or the power, to let the person go. But on the long run, if they not find out from their investigation that the person has committed the offense as alleged against him, then the matter will be charged to court.
If it is a court of summary jurisdiction like magistrate court, immediately they grant bail. But the problem is the condition of the bail. You understand? So if the defendant is unable to meet up with the conditions, he will remain in the prison, in the correctional centers, until he's able to meet up with the condition of bail. So that is why, otherwise, the magistrate said, look, I have given you bail, but you need to perfect your bail. These are the conditions.
Remanding an accused person in a correctional facility doesn't have a specific period. It is determined by the court. But normally, an accused person is supposed to stay just 48 hours max before he's arraigned before a court of competent jurisdiction. And further from that, it's only the court that determines how long the accused stays in the correctional facility while the judgment is going on, while trial or the trial is going on.
While many have expressed displeasure with the duration some accused individuals have spent in correctional centers with trial, lawyers say the judicial process, which requires witnesses' testimony and lawyers presenting their defense for or against cases, is one that must be followed diligently.
From the southwest, moved down to the south-south, where Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has warned that any outgoing local government chairman in the state who hurts any well-meaning Rivers person will not be forgiven. The governor pointed this out at an event that happened where miscreants attacked some persons who attended the inauguration of the Aleto Gale Ibubu Etuo Road project on their way home, and said such show of animosity was utterly needless. The report.
Governor Fubara gave the warning at Egbeda community, venue of the official flag-off of the Elele Egbeda Omoko Road project in Emohua local government. Governor Fubara drew their attention to the reality of life after office, which should help them to become more circumspect.
So I'm advising those people who call themselves local government chairmen. You have a few days in office. Please conduct yourself. Politics will come, politics will go. We will still live our lives. Let anybody not deceive you. If you deliberately hurt anybody in the course of maybe expressing your useless support, nobody will forgive you. You will pay for it. So I'm begging everyone, please conduct yourself.
Commenting on the project, Governor Fubara said that what is being done is to let the world know that his administration means well for Rivers State and is transparently accounting for every kobo that had been received. Governor Fubara explained that the Elele Egbeda Omoko Road projects will be funded with savings from the Internal Generated Revenue (IGR), adding that 50% of the total cost of 80.8 billion naira has already been paid.
This road is a 33.3 kilometer road that has a bridge. It's a road that will connect Ikwere, Omawa, and Abuabema. When this road is completed, commerce activity becomes very easy here. No more spending of man-hour, and that is thinking for the people.
Flagging off the project, Senator John Azuta Mbata, who represented Rivers East Senatorial District in the National Assembly, described the dual carriage road project as the type within the capacity of the federal government to award, but now being done by the governor.
This is the kind of project that only the federal government has the capacity to do. We have seen your bold initiative to accomplish it. As we were coming, we could see the concerted effort of the contractor just 2 weeks after the marching order. We're encouraged and we believe that this project will be completed on time and on budget. We know that you are an accountant and that you will not allow River State money to be frivolously spent.
Governor Fubara urged residents of communities in the 3 LGAs to support the contractor to deliver the project within the stipulated 24 months. The governor said the contractor had already pledged to ensure the project was completed and ready for inauguration before his 3rd year in office.
The Northeast, the Borno State Governor, Babagana Zulum, has distributed 250 million naira to vulnerable women in Goza local government. He also approved 200 million naira and a housing estate for teachers of the newly constructed Federal College of Education, Goza. Trustee V's Beatrice Kurusi tells us more.
A 2-day official engagement in Goza community where Governor Zulum announced the approval of 200 million naira for the construction of a housing estate for teachers of the newly established Federal College of Education, Goza. The governor, during an assessment of the college site, expressed satisfaction with the contractors and urged them to complete the project to ensure the commencement of the housing estate. The project comprises about 12 units of 2-bedroom apartments, which is expected to be open for academic activities this year.
Very soon, we hope to see that students are admitted to Federal College of Education, Goza, this academic session. And I want to commend the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu, for giving us the approval or the take-up of this very important school. So, inshallah, we hope academic activities will fully resume this academic session, no matter how small the quantum of students should be admitted.
The governor, while in Goza, paid homage to the emir at his palace. Meanwhile, the Central Stadium, Mega Primary School, Government Day Secondary School, among other centers, hosted the distribution exercise of 250 million naira to 25,000 widows and vulnerable women. The distribution, according to Governor Zulum, is to alleviate the sufferings of the people and support women who were affected by the Boko Haram conflict.
Now we have facilitated the opening of accounts for them, and each and every one of them received the sum of 10,000 naira with the support of the Borno State Microfinance Bank. So what we are doing is financial inclusion. Gradually we shall cover all the 27 local government areas to ensure that a sizable number of the population of Borno State have an account. This is our own intention.
He was also at the School of Nursing for inspection, where he was visibly satisfied with the project and urged the contractors to finish the job within 6 months. The governor revealed that the establishment of nursing schools in southern and northern Borno is to address the healthcare needs of the people.
Government has decided to establish 2 schools of nursing in Borno State. One is in Goza and one is in Mongono, in order to bridge the manpower gap in the health sector, especially nurses. So you have seen the progress, and inshallah this project will be completed in the next 6 months. And we want to ensure that hostels are also constructed, ensure that adequate tutors are also recruited, and most importantly, enhance the capacity of the General Hospital Goza in order to provide the learning environment for the students of the School of Nursing.
Zulum announced that an Islamic school will be built in Goza soon. Bitrus Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
This is the news update on Trust TV. Still to come. Pregnant women in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital, call for free healthcare services. More when we return. Please do stay with us. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us and just joining us. This is the news update on Trust TV. A recap of our top stories. Troops arrest kidnappers, recover arms, ammunition in Taraba. We also told you that court denies Binance executive bail over alleged money laundering. Two more stories. The president of the Association of Psychiatrists in Nigeria, Taiwo James Obindo, has called for the decriminalization of attempted suicide in the country. He made the call during the session organized by the House of Representatives Committee on Specialty Healthcare on the need to prioritize and implement the Mental Health Act. The report. Obindo said the establishment of the National Counseling Centers all over the country in an attempt to address mental health is like putting the cart before the horse. A suicide attempt is still a criminal offense in both the Criminal Act and the Penal Code. He called for the implementation of the Mental Health Act, which he said is a product of legislation that went through rigorous due process by the legislature, assented to by the president in 2022, and has been gazetted as a law of the country.
Primary health care may not necessarily be ideal, but a community-based primary health rehabilitation centers will be the appropriate thing. Lagos State has started. I think they have a big center established there. Establishing them in the primary health care where adequate human and material resources are lacking will not be appropriate. APN will recommend that we follow the Mental Health Act 2021 prescription of making it community-based. Trained staff at the primary health care center can then refer identified clients.
Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Special Health Care, Alex Ebuna, called for stakeholders' partnership in addressing mental health challenges and other related health cases.
Had this department been established according to the law establishing the Mental Health Care Act, had the Mental Health Fund established as required by the law, what are the modalities in place to ensure that mental health treatment is integrated and provided for every public health facilities in the country? All these posers or questions are directed to the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Services. the medical director of hospitals, head of the Department of Official Agencies responsible for the implementation of the Act, to tell Nigeria why, I repeat, why the National Mental Health Act is not being implemented.
The lawmaker said the committee was created to provide the requisite legislative frameworks for improved healthcare delivery in Nigeria. Still staying with health-related matters, pregnant women in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa state capital, have called on governments at all levels to implement the free healthcare services they are meant to access in public hospitals, in order to reduce the burden on them. Trust TV's Friday, Ebimabowe Peter reports that the call follows reports that pregnant women are still charged for some services that they are meant to access at no cost.
Pregnant women who were seen at the Women Affairs Clinic for antenatal care said that there was no free services for them going by their experiences at the antenatal clinic.
I don't know the areas that the government gave free medical attention, because here we'll still pay for our drugs, we'll still pay for seeing a doctor, we'll still pay for some other things. So I don't know the areas that is totally free. It's just that to me, I feel that their charge here is better than that of private hospital. But as per se free, nothing is free in Nigeria as for now.
Like there are some people that will give a gap of two weeks to be coming. Like every Thursday is antenatal. So there are some people that will give 2 weeks to come. They will not come. You will not see them. It's because of money. They don't have the money to come, and most time it's transportation.
We'll be happy if government can help to reduce expenses and help to sort out some things for pregnant women and this thing, and breastfeeding mothers. If they can help to sort out the bill, at least clear some things to make the journey easy for us.
The Chief Medical Officer of Women Affairs Clinic at Besuri, Eberi, highlights some of the disadvantages pregnant women face when they don't register for antenatal services. She, however, called on federal and state government to put modalities in place that will enable disabled and less privileged women to access quality healthcare services.
Oh yes, so much. Really negative implications. Because, antenatal care can be orthodox and then it can be community-based. At the community level, we have the traditional birth attendants. They're also rendering antenatal care. A woman who is in a community where there is no organized or orthodox health facility, there is no health center, there is no hospital, there are no medical doctors, there are no midwives or nurses. Of course, that woman will still get pregnant and have children. And then at the local level there, you have the traditional birth attendants who attend to them. To an extent, they are trying, but they are not so knowledgeable in identifying some risk factors or some medical conditions that these women have during the pregnancy period.
Dr. Akpesori advised pregnant women to register for antenatal in order for them to enjoy the benefit, proper preparation for safe delivery. From Yenagoa, Friday, Ebimabowe Peter. Trust TV News, Yenagoa.
21 states of the Federation will roll out phase 2 of the human papillomavirus vaccination exercise starting 27th May 2024. This was revealed in a communique issued at the end of a meeting of the Nigeria Governors Forum (NGF) held on Wednesday in Abuja. According to the communique signed by the chairman, Nigeria Governors Forum, and Governor of Kwara State, Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, the forum had received a briefing on the commencement of the exercise from the senior health advisor, Dr. Ahmad Abdul Wahab, on progress in the state involved with expanding health insurance coverage and their performance on nutrition, as well as the primary health care PHC leadership challenge during the meeting. In October 2023, the Nigerian government initiated the integration of the human papillomavirus vaccine into the national health system to immunize 7.7 million adolescent girls ages 9 to 14. The launch, which is spearheaded by the Nigerian Primary Healthcare Development Agency, will accelerate the elimination of cervical cancer as a public health problem in Nigeria. The Constitutional Council of Chad on Thursday confirmed Muhammad Idris Deby as the country's president with 61% of the vote, far ahead of his rivals Success Masra and Albert Pahim Padeke, that's on the foreign scene. Now, Muhammad Idris Deby was declared the winner after the council reviewed and reaffirmed vote count. Despite minor adjustments, Deby won with 61.03%, followed by his prime minister with 18.54% and Padek with 16.93%, while voter turnout was 75.78%. Following the announcement, Success Masra took to social media, accepting the decision and urging calm and patience among his supporters, emphasizing political solutions over further legal action. Lawyers in Tunisia took to the streets on Thursday to protest a string of recent arrests in the country over the past week and provoked international outcry. The demonstration in the North African country's capital came days after two lawyers were arrested, one taken from the Bar Association headquarters and the other needing to be hospitalized after sustaining injuries while being apprehended by security forces. Both were charged with violating a cybercrime statute outlawing fake news that the authorities have increasingly used to target critics. The National Bar Association had called for nationwide strikes on Monday and staged a day of anger on Thursday that included protests and a second day of striking. And in sports, Brazil has won the bid to host the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup. This was disclosed on Friday by FIFA President Gianni Infantino after the 74th FIFA Congress voted for Brazil ahead of the joint bid by Belgium, Netherlands and Germany as the host country for the event. Brazil will also become the first South American country to host the FIFA Women's World Cup. That's it for news update at this hour. For more news, programs and documentaries, please do also follow us on all our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us.